Hey guys, I'm back. I would like to come and elaborate on something that I was kind of touching on in my last video, but I wanted to be a little bit more specific because I feel like this could be very helpful for some other people. And it has to do with how people control a codependent person. Or how, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just a codependent person, but I'm going to say codependency just because it's pretty prevalent with codependent people and how they are controlled and why they continue in that unhealthy behavior, if you will, or lifestyle. Honestly, for a lot of people, it's a lifestyle. So if by any chance this resonates with you, if it touches your heart, please if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting this stuff out because I believe I have a lot of personal experiences that are going to connect with people. And please give me some feedback and things you might want to hear me touch on. So most of what I share is going to be, related to mental and emotional and even spiritual health. So I'm excited to bring these to you guys. So that being said, let's roll into this. Yes, I'm back with the ugly couch. I think I'm going to name her. I think we might call her Bertha. Bertha's a good name, right? Anyways, maybe you guys can give me some suggestions. We can name the couch, all right? Listen, everything is important. Everything deserves love. So anyway, in my last video, I was talking about self-worth. And I was talking about how, the different roles that we play. And more specifically, I'm going to talk about a role that I played, codependency. And I would like to share some of the ways in which I allowed people around me to control and manipulate me to continue filling that role and why I didn't leave and push them away. Well, as we learned from self-worth is we believe that's our duty to serve these people around us, right? So we get our external validation because of the limiting core beliefs we have about ourselves. We stay in it. But what does it kind of look like? Okay. Now I know in my life, I've had several different types of people in my life that have utilized different tactics. Okay. As a codependent person, we have a lot of great qualities. And honestly, on the outside, they look great, loyalty, compassion, empathy. We serve those around us. We keep the world around us functioning, but the things we don't like to talk about is I am enabling the addict and I'm not allowing them to feel the full consequences of their, of their actions or their behaviors, so those are some of the ones, but those aren't as, necessarily as obvious because we do such a damn good job of covering it up. We protect our people to a fault. So with that being said, I will tell you that I started seeing a therapist, and when I started learning about my unhealthy thinking patterns, there started being a disruption within me. Okay, it's a cognitive dissonance. You're learning, oh my gosh, this is what I am and this is what I need to do to help move and grow and this and that, but these are my circumstances and I'm going to have to stop doing this or I'm going to have to rock the boat over here. And you have this internal struggle. Well, that took me to what would have appeared to be almost like a mental break, if you will. I had been suppressing myself for so long or in my own needs and my own desires that I just, So I was encouraged to go see my therapist, and I am not saying that anybody that is diagnosed with bipolar isn't legitimately bipolar. I will say this, my personal opinion is that too many people are misdiagnosed, and it's easier to feed them medication than it is to encourage them or to allow them to really work through the root issues that are causing the behavior that are causing that mania and that depression. I don't think as many people that take the medication need the medication. I believe that I was improperly diagnosed. I started taking the medication, and that medication killed me. I had no personality. I went from being a stay-at-home mom that loved to cook, clean, travel with my kids, go to the beach, do this, do that, do all the things. I was happy. I took care of my home, my yard. By the way, I did everything, but that's pretty typical with a codependent person, right? Take care of everything. So I got to the place where it was just, I couldn't mentally handle it all, you know? And I kind of came to a breaking point. So they put me on medication. And after I think probably about 2 years, I go, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. And if you know anything about the medication that you have to go on for bipolar, you can't just quit taking it, because you could that'll mess you up psychologically even more. So I started, taking myself off the dosage little by little by little by little. And so I went from taking a pill to wake up, to taking a pill for anxiety, taking a pill for my bipolarism, taking a pill to go to sleep, to not taking medication at all. It affected, I was having restless legs. I mean, the medication was giving me worse freaking complications than the supposed bipolar. So anyway, with that being said, it probably took between 4 and 6 months for me to start feeling, normal again. And because of me still somewhat operating in those unhealthy thinking patterns, you don't know how to regulate your emotions. You don't know, like, even when you say no and people kick back, and people that, you usually always said yes to, and now you're trying to express your emotional needs, and you're trying to be like, no, I don't want to do it. And they fight against you. It's a constant battle, And for most of us, it's easier just to give in and just to let them have their way, because you're done dealing with the drama that comes with standing up for yourself. So then you become labeled mentally unstable. And remember, because you have a negative self-worth and you have a lot of limiting beliefs, you believe that your voice doesn't matter, that you start questioning your reality. Maybe I am bipolar. Maybe I am mentally unstable. Even when I left my ex-husband, and I'll admit that I didn't necessarily leave in the right way. I didn't know, but I knew I needed to get out. I literally had no choice. I had to leave. And after I left, I had people in my immediate family, even my ex-husband, everyone, well, I can't say everyone, that's not true, but a lot of people believed that I was mentally unstable. Did I have things I had to work to? Sure, absolutely. But, and I'm willing to take responsibility for my actions, but I think the people that were saying those things about me, it was easier than taking responsibility for their own actions that caused me to, and pushed me to do the things that I did. Now, I'm not the victim here in the sense that I'm not going to take responsibility for my actions. But I just want to communicate to anybody out there, if somebody's making you feel like, or if somebody's telling you that you're mentally unstable, and in your mind you're going, wait, this isn't right. Like I should have a say in this. And sometimes you do feel crazy. Sometimes you don't have the strength to say no. Sometimes you don't have the strength to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you don't even believe in yourself, because you believe and you count on those external people around you, your partner, your spouse, the family that raised you. Blood's thicker than water, right? Isn't that the truth? No, it's not. My family are the people that love and support me, that believe in me, that encourage me, that add just as much as I give to them. And once again, there's going to be times where we give a little bit more than we take, and sometimes we take a little bit more than we give, but there should be a balance for the most part. It should not be lopsided. It shouldn't be lopsided. So I felt like I needed to clarify that a little bit. And I hope that there's somebody out there that's going to watch this video. It's going to click. Like, I need to reach out to Tara. I need to ask her for some resources. Maybe have a conversation with me. Let me help encourage you. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Yeah, we are. Yeah, but I mean, we're not like... So anyway, that's really what I wanted to touch on. And man, that was another long video. No, I'm going to spit them out tonight. You guys have a good night. And yeah, you'll be seeing me again soon.